and welcome to a different kind of video that I'll be making. Should say it began last night. I was watching Luke's channel, Coaster Gen, and the Coaster Gen show. He had like special guest appearance of Harry from Coasterbot on the show, and recently on social media I've seen Harry put up a ranking system tally of different roller coasters, where you rank them and stuff like that. Now, I've copied down all the roller coasters I've ridden. It's actually woeful. It's 28 roller coasters I've ridden in my entire lifetime. One of them I know is defunct. I believe it's the Wild Mouse that was at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Yeah, with the exception of early this year. It was 12 years since me and Cameron last went. So yeah, I'll just say this. Well, during first week in February I did get my Blackpool Pleasure Beach season pass. Went 3 times. Opening weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and the week after I did a marathon on Icon. At the time, Big One was shut, so I would have done that. Would have done the marathon on Big One instead if it was open. But after that, March came. Went to Alton Towers for Services Day, and then that was it. Until September, yes, when went back to Alton Towers again, because we did get 2 free tickets. So I think it was Thursday or Friday, day before Oktoberfest. Went there, done that. Obviously the vlogs are all out, and obviously the last theme park for us was Drayton Manor. Haven't been anywhere else. Obviously it's all going to be next year, 2021, but last night we did rank all our favourite coasters from least favourite to favourite. So I thought I could theoretically just do a video on the list of roller coasters that are still operating to this day. Now 3 of them. One was when we went to Kay's Fun Fair this year, the Caterpillar coaster. Couldn't rank that because it wasn't coming up on the Vote Coasters website. And last year I did the 2 roller coasters at Stoke Winter Wonderland. that again never came up, but I don't know where I would have ranked them. So these are all just the three theme parks both me and Karen have been to, but this is my set, if you know what I mean. So then, anyway, I've got 24 roller coasters I'm gonna mention, starting with number 24. I only ridden it first time this year at opening weekend at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that is Blue Flyer. It's okay, I mean, it's enjoyable, don't get me wrong. I don't hate any coasters. It's an enjoyment. It's fun. It's an attraction, so yeah, I'm ranking Blue Flyer 24 least favourite. I don't know, it's maybe if I get back on it next year it may go up or it may stay the same. Can't really say. I believe it is a kiddie coaster with obviously a brakeman at the front, but it's enjoyable. And yeah, that's at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. At number 23 is another children's coaster, this one being at Alton Towers in the CBeebies land, and that is Octonauts Roller Coaster Adventure. It's enjoyable. It's two lap special. It's something different, but yeah, like I said with Blue Flyer, I don't hate it, but then again, if I was to do it, I'd probably do it once if the queue wasn't too bad. So that was number 23, Octonauts. Number 22, no, it's one of Cameron's favourites at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that is Steeplechase. It is alright again. I've been on it many times this year. Start of the year at Wild Weekends on the 15th of February. I did meet up with Top Thrill tourists, Emma and Cole, and me and Cole got on, I believe it was the far end, the middle line. I think it was shut for some odd reason, but it was still good, really enjoyable. But it does great on your back for some odd reason. So yeah, Steeplechase, it's number 22. It's, it's different. Right, number 21, I have actually got a picture I can put in the video. I believe this is Carolyn's favourite roller coaster she's ridden. Apparently Carolyn's done even less than I have. And number 21 for me is the Buffalo Mountain Coaster at Drayton Manor Park and Zoo. It's our local theme park. About an hour and a half travel, well, public travel for us. So it's enjoyable coaster. Like I'm gonna mention, it is a 2-lap special. But then again, it's there are much better roller coasters, especially at Drayton Manor, I believe. Obviously, everyone's different. They probably think, nah. But I mean, Carolyn, that's Carolyn's favourite at the end of the day. Right, at number 20 is a wooden coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that is the Big Dipper. It's alright. Obviously, I find other roller coasters better, especially at the Pleasure Beach, than the Big Dipper. But still, good ride. Right. Number 19, I will put images from when I caught pictures off my phone, and that number 19 may have Troublesome Trucks Runaway Coaster at Drayton Manor again. It's actually pretty whippy, to be quite honest. I prefer Troublesome Trucks over the Buffalo Coaster, both at Drayton Manor. Then again, people may disagree. I don't mind that. Everyone, obviously you've all got your own opinions, but it's enjoyable. It's 2 laps, but like I said, it is whippy. I think especially round the helix. So yeah, number 19, Troublesome Trucks Runaway Coaster. And at number 18, this wooden roller coaster is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Well, next to at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Number 18 is Grand National. It's a wooden dueling coaster. I believe that's the term. Obviously, there's left and right. And again, reading it. I believe Sunday of opening weekend. Can't really remember because I left roughly dinner time. Obviously, getting back home at the time had Storm Dennis. So, luckily I got back home alright. But yeah, number 18 is Grand National at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And number 17, only just, is another wooden roller coaster, and that is Nickelodeon Streak. It's in the back area. Can't remember the name of the area. If you do know, please put it in the comments below. No, I've literally forgotten about it, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's not very good, is it? Can't remember the area where Nickelodeon Streak is. I think it might be Nickelodeon Land. I could be wrong. Probably am. But I believe it's Nickelodeon Streak in the Nickelodeon area of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Right, next up for number 16 of my favourite roller coasters. Maybe a bit controversial to some, but I ranked Oblivion at number 16. At Alton Towers now, you probably think, what? That should be number 1 or above in the top 10. For me, it's just the one drop and that's it. I mean, I would have preferred it to have a bit more, be quite honest. I mean, this year should have gone to Efteling next couple of weeks, where I definitely would have gone on Baron 1898 and compare it to the original B&M dive coaster Oblivion and compare what them two dive coasters are like. But for me, I mean, it is just the one drop wonder, I call it. Obviously, you can all disagree, thinking why have I ranked Oblivion at 16? For me, I think it is generous. I may change my mind come next year. I may think, wow, that's sort of better. But currently, at the moment, I'm ranking it at 16. Right, at number 15 is the third roller coaster at Drayton Manor, and that is Accelerator. But when I first went on it, it was initially called Ben 10. It's obviously rethemed to Accelerator now. It's a good boomerang coaster. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy the part going backwards, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's a good coaster. I really enjoy it. Obviously, yeah, it's not in my top 10, but it's a good solid steel boomerang coaster. Being Accelerator. Now, 14. This steel spinning coaster is at Alton Towers, and yes, it is Spinball Whizzer. It's a good roller coaster by Mama's Son. I enjoy it. My Carolyn, he's not too keen on it, to be quite honest, but I think it's a good all-round roller coaster. Really fun, really enjoyable. 14, rank 14, I don't know really, it's, well, I've ranked it there, it's, I think, to be quite honest, when I've queued up for it, it does take a while, to be quite honest. Obviously it's, maybe when I first got to it, it's like queuing up ages on end, and you think this is why I'm ranking it down in 14. But yeah, it's, one of them things. So, number 14, the Marathon Spinning Roller Coaster, Spinball Whizzer. Number 13 of my voting roller coaster category. Now you probably think, what? Why is this roller coaster at number 13 above probably other superior coasters? be quite honest, I find the interaction quite brilliant. This roller coaster is at Alton Towers again. Now I'm talking about the Runaway Mine Train in Katanga Canyon. I love that it's 2 laps, especially with the interaction between the River Rapids ride, Congo River Rapids. Obviously, I just love that interaction part, especially after Helix going into the tunnel. Just before, while getting your photograph done twice, it's that whippiness and the interaction before obviously coming back up to the station again. And yeah, I've ranked Runaway Mine Train at number 13. Now, number 12. It was really tough, kind of trying to sort out, obviously, this voting list. I mean, for the more roller coasters, it would have been longer, and probably this video would have been longer. But number 12, this still SLC roller coaster is at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and yes, some people may hate it. I don't really hate it. I'm really talking about Infusion. Again, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. Obviously, it's not my favourites at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, but it's still a good solid coaster. If I ranked it higher, I don't know. I find more of a roller coasters better than Infusion, and that's why it's at number 12. Right, number 11. This roller coaster is also at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. First time I've ridden it this year. It's the same. It is actually a bit older than me. Operated in 1979, and that is Revolution. Yeah, it's a good coaster. I do like the vertical loop on it, but again, it's just missed out on my top 10. To be quite honest, of roller coasters that I've ridden over the 3 theme parks. And next one, coming in at number 10, is this launch coaster at Alton Towers in the Dark Forest. Yes, you probably know, it's Rita. I mean, I find it a great coaster, and yeah, it's just hit my top 10. Obviously, I find other roller coasters better than Rita, but from obviously 24 up to 10, it is good. Right, at number 9, this is the last roller coaster that I haven't mentioned yet at Drayton Manor. It is the unique stand-up roller coaster Shockwave. Why it's at number 9? I mean, it isn't my popular. It is my favourite roller coaster at Drayton Manor, but there is another ride at Drayton Manor I prefer over Shockwave. Obviously, it is a flat ride, but I think I was generous to give Shockwave a place at number 9. It is unique, but then again, it's not really my favourite. So yeah, I'm placing Shockwave at number 9. Right, number 8 is this steel bobsled coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and I'm talking about Avalanche now. I didn't get to ride Avalanche this year, unfortunately. I have ridden it many times. Obviously, last time was being 12 years ago. Well, 13 when we eventually get to go next year, hopefully. So, yeah, Avalanche, I'm ranking that as number 8. Unfortunately, I didn't get any images this year, but it's still a good coaster. I enjoy it. Right, coming in at number 7. This roller coaster is also at Drayton. What am I saying, Drayton Manor? No, wrong, David. It's actually Alton Towers. It's in the Dark Forest. And yes, it's 13. I sort of like, after the what's the word? After the drops, the airtime hills are where you're going. You've got the theming to the crypt part, and then suddenly drops. Ooh! And then going backwards. That's my favourite part of 13. Why I've put it at number 7. I don't know, I mean, I do enjoy it, but it's, like I said, it's not really my favourite coaster at Alton Towers in general. But still, really good coaster. Right, number 6. This part was actually quite tough to compare over these next 2 roller coasters. They are at Alton Towers, and it was really tough to decide which was number 6 and which was at number 5. But I have put Wickerman at number 6, thinking, don't get me wrong, it's a great GCI wooden coaster that I really do enjoy. But for me, I don't know, the other coaster just had that little edge over it. But Wickerman number 6, I mean, I think it's great to be at number 6, to be quite honest. So, yeah, Wickerman number 6. Nothing to, go, well, complain about, let's say. But yeah, good coaster. I enjoy it. Right, down to my top 5. This next one is also at Alton Towers. in Forbidden Valley Zone, and I'm putting Nemesis at number 5. Now, yeah, people may disagree, saying, why is it at number 5? It is a good coaster, don't get me wrong, but I found other roller coasters a lot better than Nemesis. I mean, it's still a good inverted coaster. I mean, I do rank it higher than Infusion, but for me, I don't know. I mean, last year when I ridden it at night, people say it's fantastic. For me, I don't know, I just didn't find the nighttime ride last year all that intense. And so, yeah, I am ranking it at number 5 over the other 4 roller coasters I've yet to pronounce. Right. At number 4, this was really quite tough. It was, with the exception of last year, it was my number 1 at Alton Towers. Overall, like the 3 theme parks, it would have probably ranked number 2, but I'm putting Galactica, or Air, as it was initially called before it got rethemed. And Galactica is at number 4. Don't get me wrong, it is a good flying coaster, and if I do get to ride other flying coasters, especially around the round, it probably will drop, but for me it's just actually being like in a prime position. It is fantastic. So yeah, Galactica is number 4 of these ranking roller coasters. So yeah, good one, Galactica. Right, at number 3, this was really tough to say. I did ride it for the first time this year. It's the multi-launch roller coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and yes, it is Icon. Now, why I'm putting Icon at number 3, the top 2 I find a hell of a lot better, but Icon, yeah, it's a good solid ride. I mean, if I go back to Pleasure Beach, I will definitely go back on it, and I do prefer Icon over Rita any day of the week. But then again, I mean, 2 different theme parks. Blackpool Pleasure Beach is an amusement park over Alton Towers being a theme park, but I reckon Icon, yeah, it is a great coaster, and that's why it's at number 3. Right, down to my last 2 roller coasters. Now, this one, number 2, it's the last roller coaster at Blackpool Pleasure Beach I haven't mentioned yet, and for me, the big one, yes, the big one is at number 2. When I first went on it, when I was a lot younger, don't get me wrong, it was one theme park a year, with the exception of last year. If it wasn't for the big one, I probably wouldn't have been a roller coaster or attractions enthusiast. It is a great coaster. I mean, the views are really spectacular going up that lift hill. But yeah, it is a fantastic coaster. I really enjoy it. I mean, this year when I went back on it 3 times, I thought, wow. I thought I have really missed it, and especially the retracking. It is spot on. I mean, it's my favourite. It is number 1 at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Don't get me wrong. But obviously, my number 1 overall, it is a lot better. And chances are you probably think, long gone, I haven't mentioned it yet, but big one, number 2, it is spot on. Don't get me wrong. And the nostalgia of it, really, it did help me get over my fear to begin with. So big one, number 2, fantastic. So lastly, my all-time favourite number 1 roller coaster. Yes, you probably guessed it. It is at Alton Towers. Only ridden it for the first time last year, and I was really hooked on it. It is in X Sector, and yes, it's the Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, the Smiler. Oh, Smiler, for me, I could literally just ride it all day. But obviously, when we do go, I mean, like this year when we went twice, I didn't actually get to ride it on a services day, which I was really gutted about it, but it is understandable. It was down, and I mean, day before Oktoberfest, I was glad to re-ride. Well, I think I've ridden it 2 or 3 times, which I am happy about. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully next year I have asked my dad for my birthday, Christmas. I do want to get a Merlin annual pass, and obviously get to do some re-rides on the Smiler. So yeah, that's my all-time favourite roller coaster in the UK. Whether I'll be there this time yet next year, I really don't know, to be quite honest, but yeah. People may disagree, saying, why am I classing Smiler as my number 1? For me, it's just the actual inversions and the second chain lift hill going up vertical like that. It's amazing, and I think obviously the second airtime hill, my god, you literally fly over there. It is fantastic. I really enjoy it. I've got loads of pictures of the Smiler, and yeah, it's amazing, to be quite honest. So that's it for all the roller coasters I've ridden thus far. If you like this video, if you disagree with me, obviously I don't mind. it's something different, but I mean, yeah, that's all 24 roller coasters that are still operating thus far. I have ridden obviously 28. Obviously I couldn't put Wild Mouse at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and the 3 roller coasters I've also ridden, one being at Case Fun Fair and the 2 at Stoke Winter Wonderland. One's obviously a Caterpillar coaster, the other a Wild Mouse coaster. So, but yeah, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. What else is there? Please do share on any of your social medias. At the moment, I only share on Twitter and Facebook groups. I don't have an actual YouTube community tab, so I can't really share on that yet. I think I do need over 1k supporters of my channel. I'm getting up there, don't get me wrong. So yeah, if you can share on any, it'd be greatly appreciated. Please do comment about, well, what's your favourite coasters, or if you disagree with me, that's fine. This is just my personal preference. What else? If you're new, I'm David. Hello. If you do like this kind of video content, please hit the red subscribe button and hit the bell to all, or depending if you do like it. So yeah, I think that's all I can say. So until the next video, toodaloo.